Lighting control is very straightforward. There's a bit of a knack to it, but once you know how to do it, it's the same everywhere. So it's touchscreen devices. So you press it, it will flash 3 times to say that it's acknowledged your command sort of thing, and then your lights will go off. So for example, this button here will do your leaving area lights.
Yeah.
So and again, it acknowledges it, sends the signal, and then your lighting comes on. And the same again, you can dim up. It already goes to the maximum, and then when you dim down on the button switch, as you can see on the lights, they start to dim down. Yeah. And the same again, you press it.
So the middle is to get it all on,
Yeah.
and it goes on 100%.
Yeah.
And then the up arrow is to obviously increase.
Down,
And then the down.
And then you've got a number of 5 amp lights. So
Yeah.
it gets it around. And again, they'll just be sort of adjacent to these switches. So
as a rule, is it your 5 amps are always on the right hand side?
it will generally be alongside. So in the bedrooms, it'll be your closest switch will be your 5 amp.
Right.
As if you're laying in bed.
Yeah.
And then the other way around. So obviously that is your light switch for that.
Okay.
It's the closest to the 5 amp. And you have exactly the same functions on that. You can dim down and you can dim up.
Is there any restrictions into what kind of lamps they can use?
Yes, they need to be approved by Orlight, and there'll be a list of lights that will be able to be used, or a list of lamps that will have to be used.
Okay.
I believe off the top of my head, is John still here?
No, he's gone.
I believe it's something like, there's obviously Orlight versions, there's a Philips version, and there's another, I don't know the specific.
Is that something that's been provided to us in some
format? It will be provided to the
format?
homeowner to say that you have to use these
Okay.
type of lamps, but you can get them from screw fix and things like that. It's not as if you have to specially order them.
No, it's just so that we know the spec, because...
Yeah, you can't just go to Argos, get a bulb and put it in, because it won't be compatible.
Right.
So there are certain lamps that are compatible with that.
Okay.
Alright. So as we were saying, because if you're laying in bed, your closest switch would be your reading lamp. This one here. Off, on, flashes 3 times, and then acknowledges the command. Dim down, dim up. In the bedrooms, you also have the facility to turn the lamp on from this, actually this one. So be able to look over there now.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so from here.
So the right hand side, again, similar to what it was in the living room.
So yeah, this one will also control this, but you've got to bear in mind it will only do this right hand side 5 amp.
Not that one.
It won't do the left one. The left one's individually controlled by that side, so you can turn off your right hand side with this one.
Right.
Oh, not both of them.
No, just that one.
Good to know.
It's so good. It's so much simple than and make the job. In fact, we still don't have the KNX working for the 5 amps.
Really?
Yeah, because they put the wrong light.
So same again.
Yeah, this is why we need to tell them what kind of lights
They
to
have
get
to.
as well.
Yeah, the homeowners will be provided with that information, so like I say, it's Orlight, supply them Philips, and another 2, I think there's another 2 manufacturers that you can, but they're readily available pretty much anywhere.
And it's a kind of bulb, right?
It's the bulb, it's not a fitting or anything like that.
It's not the lamp. So you could buy any lamp you want, and it's the bulb.
No, it's the bulb that has to be the specific.
Right.
It's not the driver, it is literally,
This thing.
it is this, I'm going to look silly now trying to get this apart, but it is literally that element of it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that element there needs to be, like that one is Orlight. The other ones will be either Philips or whatever the other recommendations are, manufacturers.
Okay, we need to move on. I'll check the homeowner's guide.
It will be in there, St John specifically requested it's in there, so
Right.
it's on our radar.
I think we've sent a copy to that to McLaren, but to you guys yesterday. So hopefully they pick it up.
Yeah, so that's the lighting control. Very generically, all the light switches are the same. Everywhere you go, you've got control of the 5 amps. You have control of your main lights, dimming up.
So on the entrance you have one which is like a setting or something. They were explaining that last week. One is like you're all on, and one is just the.
So there's no all on. So sorry, I'll just quickly do this one. This one's also a bit specific. So this one will do you 2 kitchen lights and the LED underneath the counter.
Right.
So then you can up and down those ones to suit and turn off. And I'll just chuck a couple of lights on as an example. That one on, that one on. And then as you're leaving, if you want your light switches off, and it's literally a single touch of the button, and it will just. It's
Which one did you touch again?
The one closest to your door.
Right. So how about the one on the inside? What does it do?
That will do the one above your head.
So that does like the hallway.
Yeah, it's as such. You probably call that a hallway. That'll be up, down, and then that'll just be your kill switch.
Right.
All right.
And is there if you're coming, is there a reverse of that?
No, only a kill switch.
It just.
Obviously, if you've got someone in bed and you've come in from a late night out, you don't want to press the all on button and
Sure.
Of course.
so their lights. So I think
So then the hallway lights is the one you'd put on as you get
yeah,
in.
which is this one. Yeah. So,
Which is this one.
yeah.
Great.
Bathroom lights.
Sorry, I'll just come back to this one since we're there. What's the 2 there?
So the 2, one will do the hallway lights and one will do your living area light.
My what light?
Living
Yeah.
area, so that one's
Oh.
done your hallway. And this one will do like your living space, front room. It's quite hard to put a demarcation in and open
But,
it.
yeah, but it won't do the kitchen.
No
so the
kitchen
kitchen
lights.
is
It's
always.
single
So
switch over
is
there.
it the rule that the kitchen is always separate?
Yes, yeah, kitchen
Right.
is separate. So we'll do the bathroom next. So in the bathroom, you have two switches. One will do your main light switch. One will do your main light switch, which will just bring everything on full, 100%.
Yep.
Yeah, which will be the left-hand side one. You can turn that one off, and you operate the right-hand side. That will turn on your PIR.
The
So then-
sensor thing.
So then the sensor here. So then when you walk in, you'll have your vanity unit light come on only,
Yep.
and that will also set your MVHR to boost.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
Which we'll go through the MVHR boost
Yep.
a little
So
later.
I would only want to do that if I don't know at night time I want to put the PIR on
Mhm.
and then go to bed. But in the middle of the night, if I'm coming to use the bathroom, it just switches
It'll
on.
just bring
This thing
this
on.
under flow. There's no up. There's no dimming up.
Yeah,
no
yeah.
dimming down in here. It's
Just-
all on or all off.
Yeah.
My suggestion, the way I would do it if I was living here, is I would keep that PIR on
Yeah.
at all times.
We've just had a
100%
few
of the
random
time.
requests, haven't we, that people say they don't like the sensor. So that's handy, they can put it off
Yes.
for
That's
those who
right.
don't want it.
Yeah, not many of them, but yeah, it's
But
option. Good.
There's a few random who ask for it.
Obviously, what they need to understand is that that also gives your boost for your MVHR,
Yeah.
which is designed to get rid of the steam and things
Yeah.
like that in your bathroom, which will potentially start causing mould and things
Yeah.
like that if you don't have that boost facility. It's there. It's there for a reason. It's not just a nice to have.
Yeah.
As such, but they have got the ability to turn it off if they want themselves.
Sure.
All right.
Okay.
So that's all the lighting control. What I will quickly show you whilst we're here. So the MVHR will run in a trickle mode
It's accessible easily.
at all times. So it will always be running in the background, just provide you fresh air and extract into your apartments. You have extract grills above your kitchen, which you can just see above the cupboards on the left-hand side, the black cupboards. You have an extract grill within your MEP cupboard.
Yep.
And that's mainly for your washing machine, tumble dryer, any condensation and what have you, gets rid
Yeah.
of. And you also have one in your bathroom to get rid of bad smells and your steam when you're having a shower.
Yeah.
So then if you click the right hand side button on here to enable your PIR, and then you activate the PIR like so, you'll hear and you'll see the MVHR goes into to a boost mode.
Got
So
it.
again, that is designed for when you're having a shower and it's steaming up, get rid of any condensation to avoid mold.
And the moment that the light switches off, does that deactivate this?
So you must remain, if your PIR stays on, the PIR will time out after, I don't know off the top of my head exactly, but say 15 minutes as an example.
Yeah.
That will time off. Once the PIR times off, that will go back into its day-to-day
It's into trickle mode.
Or
That's smart.
if you only want your PIR on when you're going on there, if you listen,
It will stop in Sure.
It's ramping down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So there is a reason for having that PIR. Like I say, if I was here, I would keep that PIR on at all times, and then that way you always get your lights on when you walk in the bathroom, and you always get your trickle and boost.
Yeah, because they worry about the power consumption. I like the fact that it's timed, so you don't have to.
Yeah. Okay. So if we go into, I'd like to close this cover up. We'll do this one in a little while. We'll do everything in there at the same time. Video entry. It's fairly straightforward.
One second. Catching up on you. Go on.
Yeah. So video entry panel. If someone calls up, this will start bleeping, and you'll get something like you'll have a signal coming up. At the moment, it's got Corex over the front because they're doing some groundworks underneath, so you don't really want any damage to hit it. But you would press the green button, and you can hear people. They can also hear us now as well. So that is a two-way intercom. And the way to test that, if you wanted to unlock the door, and you can hear it, that's enabled the front entrance door. And when that is operational, that will automatically open the door so your friend can come up or whatever, and they can get in. And when you finish the call, red button, and that's that done. Obviously, all of the contact information will be the home owner guide. I wouldn't be able to run for you every single setting in this, but what it is going to be used for is the video entry. Someone calling up, you letting them in and things like that. You're not going to be making calls and things like that off it, really.
Okay.
All right. EDD, which sits next to it, monitors your electricity consumption, your heating consumption, and your cooling consumption. So
Am I correct now understanding now linked in with all the meters?
it's linked in. So at this very moment in time, it's only interlinked with the electricity output.
Yeah.
Because E.ON are yet to provide the pulse output meters for the HIU and CIU.
What a surprise.
Yeah. So at the moment, when they come in and retrofit their items, then we'll get it. They will need to prove it to make sure it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. We'll prove it our end to say yes, we're getting a consumption figure up. But it is very straightforward.
And that works then as a smart meter.
Then it works as a smart
Okay.
meter,
So
yeah.
for electricity, it's currently working as a smart meter.
As you can see, you've got consumption there. This one actually needs the settings adjusted within it. It's not going to cost you £5,000 a year to run your electricity.
It's the rate that's incorrect.
Yes, which is just a setting that we need to adjust
Yeah.
inside here. But it gives you all of your output readings. The more electricity you consume, the higher your little chart goes up. It'll start going yellow and red.
Yeah,
the higher it
yeah.
goes up. Exactly the same as over in phase one.
Yeah.
And then you'll have exactly the same output. At the moment, you've got nothing because we haven't got the pulse output meters for this yet. For your heating and hot water. So if you're,
Do you know when they're estimating that?
it's in their hands. When they give it to us, then yeah, we can do it. But well, I'm not going to be. It's for them to provide us. I've got more important things to worry about at the moment, if I'm honest. And then the cooling is exactly the same. So that'll probably lead us quite nicely into the heating and cooling in the apartments. So the heating and cooling is completely separate to the lighting control or anything like that. It's two separate systems. The BMS system is solely for heating and cooling only. Whereas over in phase one, the KNX system is all encompassing. It does everything.
Yeah.
So here we're literally just doing the heating and cooling. It's got 3 different modes, and again there'll be a user manual within the starter pack, but I'll give you a quick guide on how I would run it if I was in it. I would probably have it in the off position the majority of the time, and then you know you've got no heating or cooling that's going to be coming on unwanted. And then my suggestion would be you press on, and if you're hot, you use the little temperature gauge on the left hand side to your set point, maximum 26, minimum 18. The ambient temperature automatically shows up, so the ambient temperature in this room at the moment is 24.7. We've just set it to 26. So in a moment, you'll see that icicle go off, and then you'll see a heating symbol come on. It automatically times out after 10 seconds, so it's not flashing in your eye while you're watching TV and stuff. Does take around 30, 40, 45 seconds.
Just whilst it's start, there we go.
Okay,
Yeah, so then that's the heating symbol. So that in turn will enable, and again the homeowner's not going to do this during every visit when they want to put their heating on, but just to give you an idea of what it does do. That enables your heating pump.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
And it'll also enable your actuated valve. The pump will then circulate hot water through the particular circuit that you've enabled, and then eventually you'll start getting a warm room. So there can never be any conflict between heating and cooling in a single room. So it'll either be in hot, it'll either be the correct temperature, so nothing will be on, or it'll be in cooling. That's all it can do. You can never have both. You can have heating in one room and cooling in the other room. That isn't a problem. But in the same room, there's never a conflict between the heating and cooling, even though they're two separate things. They can never be run at the same time.
And the meter, just whilst you in there,
Mm-hmm.
the meter is just there, right?
That's
for the
meter.
for the
if
heating.
if Eon needs a bill,
That's for
or
you
jet,
as well.
that's what they'll be doing.
Eventually, whilst they get their remote thing sorted.
Well, I'm hoping that it's gonna be remotely this time.
Oh yeah, they've got an AM. Again, it's not from an SES
I
perspective.
know, we
it's
had
not
the same
actually-
experience in phase 1 as well.
But they do have an AMR system that goes back to their controller,
Yeah.
so they should be able to do it from their head office. They'll be able to see all of the consumption in the apartments, and that's so the meter for the CIU
It's already out
is
there.
already outside, because obviously if they get inside there, you've got risk of condensation and things like that. So it's a fully sealed unit, and then everything that needs to be maintained, that's the meter, and that's the control box.
Very smart.
And they don't have to do anything with it. We don't have to do anything with the control box
Nothing.
for the cooling, right?
You-
It's all preset and
this is Eon's equipment.
yeah,
Anything that flows faulty with this
it's to them to sort
is
out.
why they've got their stickers on side.
It's
so-
just a meter for us to read, that's it.
Oh, yeah, that's if they. I would suggest that it's actually Eon that needs to do that as well, because they're the one that's billing them at the end of the day.
Yeah, well, they don't
Uh,
really do that.
it's-
do they?
that's the-
that,
I don't know how it
again,
works,
they
but
should be.
As far as I'm concerned,
But this is easy to read, it's just
it is
opening
easy
a
to
door.
opening the cupboard and taking that figure up there,
Yeah,
At least, yeah.
and
There will be-
eventually DVD.
yeah, eventually it'll be easier.
Yeah.
I think easier in the long run.
So this apartment is.
So this one is for the living room.
This one is every room will have its own individual thermostat,
So that's living room.
and then in the bedroom.
This one in the bedroom.
Just here. So again, I would say if you just want quick access to be able to, I'm cold, I want the heating on, I'm hot. That's the way that I would do it. Obviously, people have.
What does auto do?
What does auto? Yeah, I'll run through
Okay.
that in a second. But the way I do it is put my cooling down, or the set point that I want. I want the cooling to enable. This one already is in cooling because it's warm in the room. So when you get the icicle symbol on, that means that your fan coil unit has started, and then you can have manual control of your fan. If that auto sign that you asked about earlier means that the fan will run up or down to suit the requirements. So the ambient temperature in the room at the moment is 22.1 degrees. We're asking for 18 degrees, which then means that the fan will automatically run to its maximum set point, because it's a long distance away what we want, which is 18, compared to what the ambient in the room is, which is 22.1. Because there's a 4-degree difference, it will say, right, I need to run that fan maximum capacity to be able to get that down as quickly as I can. If you're, say, at 22 degrees and we want 21 degree set point, what you'll find is your fan, if it's in auto, your fan will automatically ramp down, because it's sensing it's quite close to set point. It doesn't need to run flat out. It will automatically slow down. So then if you still want that big blaster there, you can use the right hand side, which is your fan, and you can have 3 fan adjustments on that. 1, 2, or 3. So if it's on 3, it will act the same way as what it was when we was asking for 18 and it was at 22, it will just run flat out. The good thing about having a separate heating and cooling system to the KNX system, like in phase 1, is that if they want any fan adjustments done, or if they're not happy with the speed, it can all be done. Nothing needs to be plugged in. It's literally a call out to get someone to adjust the fan speed up or down to suit their preferences.
Yeah.
Obviously at the moment they've all been set to Sweco design parameters, but they can be adjusted if there is a requirement. They say, I want my fan running this amount. It's up to them at the end of the day. It's
If
theirs.
it's too noisy, like it happens now.
Yeah, I mean, generally speaking, a lot of people worry about noise, but personally, if I hear a fan come on, in my head straight away I think, right, that's doing what it's supposed to be doing. I understand some other people like it to be dead quiet.
Especially on the fast and maximum boost, you expect a little bit of...
You want to be able to hear you.
Yeah.
If I press a button, I want to be able to hear some ventilation going in my room.
Yeah.
And straight away in your head you think, right,
It's working.
I'm getting my cooling. So there's a few more functions. Automatic, which we'll go through, needs to be controlled via the main touchscreen. So whatever you set in there, if these are automatic, then that means it will run to whatever you've set the program to.
Which is the thing in the cupboard, right?
Which we'll go through next.
Yeah.
Or off. And that does exactly what it says on the tin. Don't want any heating, don't want any cooling. You
I
press
had a
off.
question on the off from Nikki.
Yes.
When off, does it still doing this thing called fabric?
Frost protection.
Yes.
Yes. It will do frost protection, but that will be if these apartments ever got down. That generally speaking, and I'm not saying exactly for this system, but generally speaking, it's at about 5 degrees.
Yeah.
If these apartments ever got to 5 degrees, I'd be really worried. There's something fundamentally wrong if these apartments ever got that cold. But yes, if it gets down to that low, there will be a frost protection that kicks in and just runs the heating slightly. But
To bring it back to 5.
but in all honesty, it is never going to get to 5 degrees in these apartments. That's generally speaking, that's designed for a big commercial office block when you've got pipework on a roof or exposed or something like that. The floor will never ever get to 5 degrees. But yeah, it has got that facility within it. So we go to the main touchscreen. We put both of these into auto. I would, if it was me, I would just have it on. When I wanted it on, I'd press on and do heating and do cooling.
It's more for the extreme weather, as if it's ridiculously hot or ridiculously cold.
Yeah. So we've set both of the panels into auto, which is showing on here.
Yeah.
And then if we was to click time scheduling, and we wanted to start a new time schedule, you have to be patient with these. You click what room you want the time schedules in. Generally it will be both of them. So you'd select all, and you press next. You do when you want it on, which we can say, let's say 10 o'clock. Set off. Three minutes past 10. Temperature, we'll say 26. What day is it today? Wednesday.
Thursday.
We'll do it today. Next. So then we've got no time schedules in, apart from today at 10 o'clock. We've asked it to go into full heating until 3 minutes past 10. So if we do confirm and set, that is now in. Go back to your home screen. You show that it's both in auto. It's not asking for anything because at the moment we're off until 10 o'clock. So we'll wait a few minutes till it gets to then, and then we should, he says, see it go in heat. Can we have a look at? Generally speaking, that is pretty much all services within. We'll go through the electric underfloor heating as well. We set these up so it's got a range between 5 degrees and 26 degrees and 30 degrees, and it is as simple as.
So what is this heating in comparison to the other one?
So there's no mechanical underfloor heating in the bathrooms.
Right, sorry, that was the bathroom.
It's electric.
Sorry, I missed that. Sorry,
no,
sorry.
I didn't say it.
It says master bedroom, and I thought, wait, I'm confused now.
Yeah, ignore that. They're getting changed. That's incorrect. So in the bathrooms, there's electric underfloor heating. That.
Right. Yes, of
and
course.
this has a range between 5 degrees and 30 degrees.
Yeah.
So and it is literally left arrow brings it down.
Right.
Right arrow brings it up. It will only let you go to 30 degrees because that's what we've limited to the top whack. It can go to 35. It can be changed. We've left it at 30 degrees to stop any damage to flooring and things like that. But if they wanted to damage their floor, they're more than welcome to put it up if they want.
So it's not the wet system in the bathroom.
It's not a wet system, it's electric.
Right.
So, and then
That's new.
you'll have to, obviously, it won't just automatically get straight up. You need to wait for it to get into temperature.
Sure.
But what you'll see is, because the ambient, when I came in here, it was set at 30 degrees
Yeah,
already.
it was pretty hot
So
in
it
there.
was pretty hot. I turned it down to 26 and it dropped a degree by the time that I was in here and that you guys came in. So I've set that to 30, which is the set point. The ambient of the flooring at the moment is 29. So then the underfloor heating symbol on the bottom right hand corner has kicked in, which means it is doing what it can to get up to 30 degrees. Once it gets up to the set point, that thermostat, that sign, the underfloor heating sign at the bottom corner will disappear. Once that disappears, you know that it's up to its set point temperature. And vice versa, if I set it back down to 25 degrees as an average, we should see that figure
Go away.
which it has done. And it's as simple as that.
Your heating should have kicked in by now.
Yes, we'll have a look on the, it's easier to check it out on your displays.
Right, yeah.
And then if you, that little symbol at the top
It
is
says it's on a
is
timer.
a timer. So
So do you know how many different timers you can set?
Monday to Sunday,
Yeah,
you can set an off time and an on time and an off time.
right.
I'm not sure. We can
Is
have a
that
look
something
to see.
you-
It's not something that I've done before whilst
That's all right, just
for the
thinking
commissioning
your brains.
process, but we can definitely have a look. Set new time schedule.
Okay, so you can set pretty much a few of those.
Yeah, you can set just living room and just bedroom, definitely. On. Yeah, so it looks like there's only one setting on this. So you wouldn't be able to go unless you do that. Let's try something.
Yeah, like in the morning and in the evening, right?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, yeah, it makes sense.
So that's 1 o'clock in the afternoon till 10 o'clock at night.
So it's already overridden the 10 till 10:03 that you had put before.
Only because I've just done that.
Yeah.
To be honest, that is so if we go next, and if I say
So 9 o'clock till.
if we, I did that one at 10. So if we
Yeah.
say 10:30 or 10:50, it doesn't matter, does it? 10:50
to 11.
on to 11, yeah. Set, and we'll say at that time we want 26.
Yeah. That's right.
Days of the week, Thursday. Yeah, so that has got two time schedules in
Voila.
there. So yeah,
Right.
so one
Nice.
between
So
1
much
and
better
10.
than the KNX.
It's at 21.5 degrees, and then we want our heating to come on at 10 to 11 to 11 o'clock.
Perfect.
So it can you can have multiple. in
Yeah,
each
so
day.
if
So
someone
really
says
you
at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
and then at 6 p.m. when I come in
yes,
for
you
2
can do that.
hours, you can
all,
do
all
that.
off of that screen any day that you want.
Yeah.
It hasn't got to be the same for every day. You can change it to suit. It is
Monday
it's
to Friday and weekend.
exactly that.
All the weird things that people do.
And then once you're in this menu as well, obviously that's for your bedroom, that's for your living room. But because we selected all,
Yeah,
it
yeah. So you
automatically
could
does.
do it for 2 areas as
Yeah,
well.
exactly. So you could probably do a lot with it. I'm not sure if people will. Generally, I'm assuming they'll do if they want the living room to be heating, your bedroom wants to be heating at the
Oh,
same
there's
time. Maybe.
there's some real.
Quite specific requirements.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Which was very frustrating for some because KNX couldn't do any of.
So this is all down to the homeowner as well. There's nothing in the software.
No, so they can do it all their own.
However they want it to suit. And then
And it's easy enough to set as
yeah,
well.
it's quite. It's just like this is just an Android touchscreen. So
Yeah.
it is very straightforward. And then if you wanted to get rid of that, clear events.
And it just.
And then if you must confirm and set, because if
Yeah.
I was to go just press home now, it would still be in there. Confirm and set. Go back home. Still in auto, but there isn't any time clocks in if we go to time. Oh, that's holidays. Time scheduling. View current time schedule.
There's nothing.
There's nothing in.
Yeah.
So that's what we set it to. And then holidays. Again. You
To the
set
date,
the
time.
start date. We say today
Yeah.
at midnight. End
Yeah.
date. We say tomorrow.
Yeah.
Holidays between then, and then that will make your system sort of dormant.
So it's similar to an off
Yes.
setting,
Yes.
right?
Confirm and set, and then your holidays have been set.
So much easier to use. That's because you just put it on holiday mode, right?
Yes. Off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we've just put
You've
it
just
into
put it
that
on holiday mode.
until tomorrow. I'll take that out.
Yeah.
Edit holiday.